What is up, guys? So we are going to be going over the best cards out of the new Duelist pack, Rivals of the Pharaoh booster set, which is set to release tomorrow here in the TCG. If you guys want to go ahead and actually watch some pack openings, I'll leave a link down below in that description box. I actually already unboxed this super early, but I'll leave a link if you guys want to go and check that out. But basically, I did all the homework for you. I'm going to go ahead and go over the best cards in the set. Now, there are a few decent comments in here, so I'll go ahead and go over those. So, first off, the set is relatively small, but anyways, Dragon's Mirror is a great card just because it hasn't had a reprint in a long time, and it was getting a little bit pricey to have this in good condition. It's just a really old card, and it's a really decent card for certain decks. Now, next up, Dragon Shrine is also getting a reprint in here, so it's just a nice card to have. It's just small, but nonetheless, I know a lot of people are running new Blue Eyes stuff, so it's good to have extra copies of it laying around. Now, Sangan is also getting printed in here, and apparently it has the new text on it. So this could mean Sangan might be coming back here in the TCG. Like, why would they update the text if the card is going to remain banned? So, like I said, we could see Sangan coming off of the ban list. Could be a hint. I know sometimes when cards get eroded, they do happen to see themselves get off the ban list. There's also a reprint of Thousand Eyes Restrict, but you know, the card's relatively cheap now anyways. But we also happen to have Silver's Cry here in super rare. So that's kind of nice if some of you guys want to foil out your decks. Silver's Cry is a good card in the Blue Eyes deck, which will be a very meta deck later down the line. There's also a few decent new cards for a few different decks. There's Tribute Burial. I know Monarchs took a pretty big hit, but it's a pretty decent card. So I haven't really gone over this card, but it's a pretty good card. Anyways, it's a normal spell card that says you can't special summon for the rest of this turn. Once during this turn, you can conduct a tribute summon that requires 2 tributes by banishing 1 monster from each graveyard instead of tributing. This is treated as a tribute summon. So any decks in the future could definitely make good use of it if they require tributes. I think it's a really good card. It also banishes, of course, a monster out of each graveyard, so you can kind of disrupt your opponent's play. Maybe they have like a Lovely Eater, a Glow Up Bulb, or just something that you can get rid of. It's definitely pretty nice. There's also a bunch of Earth support in here. There's Magnet Force, which is a okay card. It allows certain decks like the Ancient Gear archetype to kind of be able to have more resilience on your opponent's turn, but that deck pretty much, as you guys have seen, I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to watch how that deck plays, but I don't really feel like it needs it, but I know some people might want to try this out so they can kind of protect some of their cards, because going turn 1 in that deck, you can throw up a big beater, but that's really about it. There's also Magnet Reverse, which is a really decent card. You get to target one of your machine or rock type monsters that is banished or in your graveyard that cannot be normal summoned or set, but then you can summon it. So that is actually pretty good. And it's a quick play, so a lot of utility for this potentially in the future as well. It's just a good card in general. In addition to that, there's the Silent Swordsman and Silent Magicians coming out in here for the first time in the TCG. So I would say these are like the most sought after cards. These are going to be the cards, if you are buying this set, just as a heads up, these are going to be the cards that you're basically buying it for. Now, Silent Paladin, it might just be one of those cards where it's going to be pricey just because people like to collect the cards. It's definitely going to be one of those collector cards. It's just a hot girl card, and it's an okay card too. Once normal summon, you can add a Silent Swordsman or a Silent Magician from your deck to your hand, and then during either player's turn, when a spell card is activated that targets exactly one monster you control and no other cards, you can negate the activation. It's a decent card, but at the end of the day, I know all you guys like some collector cards, so it can be used for that. And then if it's destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by its opponent's card effect, you can target one level monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So again, it's just a decent card. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't have the best stats, but it is going to be one of the collector cards. There's also Silent Swordsman in here, so this is level 4 warrior that must be special summoned from your hand by tributing a ward type monster and can't be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn with a standby phase, it gains 500 attack, and then once per turn during either player's turn, when a spell card is activated, you can negate the activation. That's really where it has its effect shine. And then if this is destroyed by battle or its owner's control, is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, get a special 1 Silent Swordsman monster from your hand or deck, except for Silent Swordsman, ignoring its summoning condition. So that's a really, really good card for the deck. But overall, I don't really have any recommendations for you guys to pick this up if you want to play meta. It's not going to be a very powerful deck, but there is, again, some decent support for it. And there's also Silent Magician, another card I think is going to be a little bit pricey. I'm not talking like $100. I'm talking maybe a couple bucks here and there, just because, again, card collectors, right? But anyways, this is another decent little card in here. So it's Silent Magician. It can't be normal summon or set. It must be special summoned from your hand by tributing a spellcaster type monster. Can't be special summoned by other ways, and it gains 500 attack for each card in your hand. Reminds me of like a Tragodia or what is that, Muka Muka? That was a really old card. But once per turn during either player's turn, when a spell card is activated, you can negate the activation. It's a really decent effect. And then if it is destroyed by battle or when its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you special summon a Silent Magician from your hand or deck. So it's very similar to the previous card that we just looked at. And yeah, it's got pretty much the same stat. So pretty much that's what the deck is mainly used for. Now there's also Neutron Blast, which I actually pulled in the pack openings over here. So you can target a Fusion Summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and it can make a second and a third attack. I should just say it can attack 3 times or whatever. It's again not the most meta, but it might be one of those cards people like to collect because it does have pretty cool artwork. Now there's also Lullaby of Obedience here, so I think a lot of players might be interested in picking this up for something crazy down the line. It's a really unique card, but I'm going to go ahead and go over its effect real quick. So you pay 2,000 life points, and then you declare 1 monster card name. Your opponent looks through the deck and reveals one of the declared monsters, if any, and applies one of these effects. So you add it to the hand of the player who activated this card, or the player who activated this card special summons it to their field and attacks it, ignoring its summoning condition. So you can do a lot of strange things with this card. I feel like this is one of those gimmicky cards where it maybe could be good later down the line. It's kind of like a wild monster appears. There's a lot of crazy cards that you don't see have like good use right now. Or maybe if you guys know a really crazy play with this. I actually think I've uploaded a video talking about this card and showing it in action. It's a really random card, but it has a little bit of potential. And then lastly, but not least, I think this is the best card in the set, which is Dark Sanctuary. So it's going to be used in everything that is like troll, so to speak. It can be used in the Destiny board deck. It's not very meta like the Destiny board, but you can special summon some tokens. And then on top of that, when your opponent attacks, you toss a coin, and if the result is heads, you get to negate the attack, and if you do, you get to inflict damage to your opponent equal to the half of the current attack of the monster your opponent controls. So it's a really dirty card. There's so many plays with Dark Sanctuary just completely destroying the opponent. But like I said, I'll leave some links for Dark Sanctuary as well as we've covered the Silent Magician stuff. It's not, again, the most meta stuff, but I will also show you guys videos of Lullaby of Obedience. I'll just leave them all down below. If you guys want to watch some pack openings, I'll also leave that down below. But anyways, let me know, guys, what you think of the set. Overall, I think it's more of a set for any collector. It's not a set for any meta players, but you know, it's kind of cool to see that we're finally getting some of the Silent Magician stuff, and I know some of the collectors will love some of the artwork. Heck, I think the artwork looks amazing on some of these cards. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys give the like button a titty slap, and I'm signing out.